Good morning, 10:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, January 25th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I'm glad to get the last 2 days done with. Had to do the funeral for my aunt, had the laying to rest yesterday, the burial, so I'm glad to get past all of that. A little emotional the last couple days, but now we can get back to a normal order restored here. I did do my update yesterday, but I did not do any lives or anything last night. So hopefully we'll get back to standard operating procedure here on this Thursday. I'm excited to be back at full capacity without having to take a break here today. So I wanted to start out with this morning update as XRP is down 2.38%. If you're watching, please make sure to hit that like button as it will greatly help us push through the analytics. It'll help us share this community far and wide, and it'll allow others to embrace what we already enjoy here on a daily basis, and allow us to have a wider, expanded, basically flow of information, and then we can see more and more things. And if you're watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, as we're approaching 20,000. We're almost to 19,700. Slow go here in January, but crypto's been very, very red, so a lot of people are kind of abandoning ship. So, as far as crypto goes, however, these are the times that we really, really need to be paying attention and not jump ship. So, XRP right now is down 2.29% to 5061. We've come down now here since the retracement up. And let's go to the other chart actually to start. Right now we're coming up to our first support level. It's right at about 497 if we continue to come down. If we come down past 497, that's when it can get interesting, because we are in a descending triangle on the shorter time frames. Our nearest resistance right now, we were almost up to at about 534. You can see that resistance on multiple different charts. This needs to be deleted. This needs to be deleted. Otherwise, it's going to be confusing. We already know this is what we have to watch right now. This is the formation we have to watch. If we do break down and we lose this, our next big area of support is down here at about 44 cents. That's the rising channel support from June of 2022. As many of you know, that's what I was saying I wanted it to come down to put us into extreme oversold, because if you start looking at this now in the daily, we've trickled our way into oversold, which is a good sign. 4 hourly, we're coming back down into oversold. 3 hourly, coming into oversold again. 2 hourly, almost into oversold. 1 hourly, almost back into oversold. 45, we're catching up. It's working its way back into oversold. 30, back into oversold. So, or at least right on the fringes. So, one of two things. One, we can come down here and try to double bottom at 497. Two, we can have an extreme overshot, and it ends up coming all the way down to 44 cents. And then we're going to be extremely oversold, and that's going to be a huge buying opportunity for anybody watching right now. If it comes down there, that is an extraordinary buying opportunity at 44 cents. If you haven't bought XRP yet, that would be a beautiful spot to start buying. Now, does it come all the way down there is the only question. We do have a Deathcross that's confirmed here now in the daily. So, from a being kind of like a standard operating procedure standpoint, this should come down a little bit more. Whether it wants to stop at 497, as we've been rejected firmly on the 20-day and the 2 hourly multiple times all the way through. So it looks like to me we're going to continue coming down probably to 497 area at the very least. So, and then if we break that, 44 cents is what I'm targeting. If it were to break that area. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting right now. It's pretty interesting. We've got this support at 497, and then it doesn't really matter what chart you look at. You can either look at the all-time chart, or you can look at the other chart. We've got the same basic, I mean, honestly, it's pretty much the same uptrending support area that we're going to be dealing with. At 44 cents on the one chart. And then if you come into the other chart, if you break 44 cents, this is the all-time pattern. This first uptrend goes all the way back to 2020. It's the all-time pattern, though. This one's from 2020. If we break this, then you got 2017 and 2015 underneath. But if you lose 44 cents, then 37 cents becomes the, or about 38 cents becomes the big level if you were to break that. So we can't look at the all-time pattern yet until we get past this short-term time frame. Now it's, do we hold this descending triangle that we've fallen into, or do we come back down to the rising channel from June of 2022? Either way, to continue dumping down will be fantastic. The relative strength index is starting to really, really come unglued here. It's really starting to turn into some oversold here. If we continue dumping down, it's going to be that much better, though. So just consider that. And then real quickly, while I have your attention, Bitcoin down 402 points on the day, or 1%. It's at 39,673. Bitcoin came up to basically its resistance. Now we're trying to see if we have a support level here at the pivot point at 39,868. That's our first layer of pivot. If we hold that, well, we can continue to bounce up, and then our next resistance would be right around 40,500. If we do fail to hold that level, as you can see, we've come up to our first resistance. This is our first major resistance. We had at 40,500 yesterday. Now, if we come back down, we know the level that we talked about, the first area. But the first big area of support is 38,692. You lose that, then you're right back down here to 35,264, which, if you're asking me what Bitcoin wants to do, I mean, with the way it looks in the relative strength index, it almost looks like it's in its best interest to come all the way down. We've talked about this before. If we get rejected there and break back down, it's in our best interest to come down here. That would be how XRP gets down to that 44-cent level if Bitcoin could play this true. It's in a descending structure right now, descending formation. Man, oh man, if Bitcoin could get one more dump down, it would be absolutely spectacular. And I know some people say, oh, Tom, you negative piece of... But it's not. It's not being negative. This is understanding if we dump out here, we could have a grand reversal. We're close. We're definitely very close. Very, very close. So pay very close attention this morning. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this, please make sure to hit that like button. Share this on social media so that we can expand the reach of this community. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you're looking to show me some personal support or pay it forward for all the work I put in and the fact I don't make you sit through useless paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships, you can always send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. And if you're trying to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, it's in the video description below. Multiple ways to do it. Lowest spot fees, whether you're futures, leverage trading, or spot trading. It's all there. It's the ways I do it. Stay positive, stay emotionless, and don't pay attention to most of social media. They're giving you a fluff right now. I had to kind of shut it off this morning. We'll look at the truth on the charts. The truth on the chart says we have death crosses on XRP. We have death crosses on Bitcoin. And we have not come back across the 20-day and the 4-hourly. It just seems to me that we need to go one more layer down. Whether Bitcoin wants to push up or not this morning, it's really irrelevant to me. Because it seems like we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet with this. And we did get a first rejection at that 40,600. So it seems like to me, Bitcoin's targeting that 35,400. XRP's targeting around 44 cents. Whether we get there or not remains to be seen. But that would be the obvious setup to dump the support if we want to have a massive reversal. That's what I want to happen, and I hope that is exactly.